Hey everybody, Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to give you guys some final impressions of the Asus Transformer Prime. Now when I say final impressions, these aren't really final. This is the digitally digested segment. As you can see, I've got some flash video playing right there, the good old HX9V video, one of my more popular pieces of footage that I've put out there in the past. And really, I've got nothing but great things to say about the Prime. I took this tablet with me to CES 2012. It's been updated to Ice Cream Sandwich. There's talk of another update floating. I haven't gotten that pushed to my tablet yet. And really, I can tell you guys, the performance on this tablet has been absolutely phenomenal. Again, you're looking at the 32 gig gray version. There's also a champagne color. It's priced at $499.99. The 64 gig storage version is priced at $599.99. At CES, I saw this device put through the paces. I mean, if you guys haven't caught my CES coverage, take a peek. From seeing the Prime basically running, Riptide in 3D output at 1080p to a 42-inch LCD to seeing it, play Skyrim off, using splash top. I mean, just the versatility of this Tegra 3 based device is absolutely amazing. I can't stress it enough, guys. When I first touched the Prime, I knew how, well touted the Tegra 3 had been covered and, what it was supposed to bring to the table, but I wasn't really sure how it was going to translate into user experience and whether or not I was going to really be able to tell you guys that, hey, if you own a Tegra, 2 based device, you should make the leap to Tegra 3. I can tell you after using it now, for a lot of you out there, especially gaming enthusiasts that want to be able to say, hey, I can bring a controller with me and my tablet can actually transform into a console quality gaming device and output it, even 3D gaming, which that blew me away when I saw it at the show, then that's where the Tegra 3 really comes into play. Originally in my initial impressions, I was really just talking about the fact that this tablet now can handle 1080p, Tegra 2 could not. Well, it goes really above and beyond that when you get into the gaming arena with this tablet, and that's where it really, really shines. Now, build quality, I did notice that my Transformer, as I spent time with it, did have a couple of hot pixels. I won't go as far as saying dead. Whether or not they'll work their way out, I don't know. This could just be, initial QC run. But the build quality overall is stellar, guys. I mean, when you compare this to the original Transformer, it is night and day. It's solid. The screen is fantastic. Everything is very responsive. And that gig of RAM with that quad-core, Tegra 3, I really can't say enough about performance. Ice Cream Sandwich, we all know about it. It's only been running on the Nexus. You now do have it, obviously, here on the tablet, and it's fantastic. I mean, the speed, pretty much zero force closes for me thus far. A couple of times I've seen the browser hang, but that's when I was really pushing it. It just performs great. The speed is just everywhere you go. And I can't stress enough, when I was able to see the gaming performance, gaming quality, it blew my mind that we were seeing a tablet capable of doing that. Again, I'm running this over Wi-Fi, and I can tell you guys that I'm so impressed with this tablet that even though this is just an evaluation device you're looking at here, I do want to pick one of these up without question. They are in tight supply right now. They're pretty much back ordered everywhere. This is a 720p clip, as you guys can see, playing completely flawlessly, and the screen quality is just great. Again, this is an IPS, super IPS 720p display. Asus is promising a 1080p tablet as well, the Transformer 700, which I unfortunately did not get to see at CES. Wish I had, which I think will really appeal to a lot of you out there. There's been a lot of talk about the Transformer Prime having Wi-Fi issues. I'm pretty far from my router, but as you can see, the Wi-Fi there was flawless. We were streaming 720p, absolutely no issues. 1080p, I haven't seen problems either. In fact, I'll bring up the browser again in a second to show you guys. Bluetooth, there have also been some reports. I haven't had any issues with this tablet. It's been pretty much flawless. And that's not something I could generally say in the past about Asus, but they really have stepped up their game here. They've got time to market in their favor. They've got a great product. And after using this through the course of CES and getting the ICS update, which I'll show you guys right now, where the ICS version is, I can actually tell you guys wholeheartedly that, to me, the Transformer Prime and really many of the Tegra 3-based devices, that's really the ultrabook market in my mind. Instead of, trying to mimic and recreate what Mac has done so well with the MacBook Air, I see tablets like this and the dock function as giving me what I would need, in the form of an ultrabook. A really lightweight, really versatile, really powerful device that can handle all of my daily computing tasks as well as entertainment gig. I mean, doubling the battery life just about with the dock. It's not double, but about 6 hours it throws in. The battery life here has been roughly 10, which is just outstanding for a tablet of this size, quality, and performance. I really have nothing negative to say. Would I like to see the price point lower? Sure. I can say that about almost every tablet I review for you guys. But really, when you look at what they've thrown into this package, between the upgrade in the rear and front-facing camera, which I can say is a legitimate upgrade, the stills are pretty good. I mean, even when I started cropping and zooming in, they got smudgy, but that was at full crop. I mean, there have been clear steps taken to make this tablet one of the best of 2012. Granted, it did hit the market before 2012, but you guys know where I'm going with this. And in terms of longevity, even though they are producing, the Transformer 700 series, the 1080p screen model, as I mentioned before, it's not, from what I hear, going to have the same build quality, that backing that is really solid, which I've shown you guys in the past, built really well, very nice. I mean, so it depends. It's a give and take. You do, of course, have that micro SD card slot, your micro HDMI out, as I showed you guys in the past, volume rocker, power button with LED indicator for charging. Charging time, by the way, has been lengthy, but again, that 10-hour battery life pretty much makes up for it. Your microphone, your LED flash, and rear cam, 3.5mm headphone jack right there. One speaker. That's been a complaint for a lot of people, but I think the audio quality, pretty much has been pretty good in my opinion. So no real complaints about audio quality. And again, that front-facing camera, very nice. Both cameras just really impressing me. Gorilla Glass, I have nothing more to say. That's industry standard. I really don't see corners cut here. In fact, I see only measures taken to really mature the Transformer brand and take it to the next level. And the fact that they are the only Tegra 3 tablet on the market right now, and really way ahead of the competition, really sums up, why I can give the Transformer Prime a clear blessing through and through. Because the very small negative things that I found with it are things that you could only be worried about when you have the best of the best. And in terms of time to market, no one else has anything that approaches this right now. In fact, everyone I know, from iPad 2 users to Tegra 2 based tablets running, of course, Honeycomb, all have agreed that this really does change the tablet game. So right now it's just on Asus to get these out in the marketplace. They got to manufacture at a higher rate. You would have thought they learned after that explosive success that the first gen Transformer brought to the table, but they're still behind right now manufacturing, out of stock everywhere. Of course, they will eventually catch up, and it's just a matter of time. So if you're waiting for one, continue to wait patiently. Tegra Zone really is now just starting to get optimized for the Tegra 3, so if you're waiting, don't worry. Like Dead Zone, Shadowgun is really right now one of the only games optimized for the Tegra 3, so you won't be missing too much while you wait. But by the time you do get your hands on one of these tablets, you will be rewarded, in my opinion, with a whole host of games that take advantage of the quality of this tablet and the Tegra 3 chipset. And the novelty there, again, if you haven't watched my coverage from CES, is the ability to just plug in a USB-based controller and then output this, the tablet in 1080p to your screen of choice and go ahead and game with what, in my opinion, graphically rivals, at the very least, you know, somewhere in between Xbox and 360 generation graphics. I'm going to show you guys just a quick demo. I don't know if they have the video demo there. I think I have to go into the actual games and go to Shadowgun. Let me go ahead and do that so that you guys are actually able to see it. Because really, I'm just blown away by what NVIDIA has been able to do in such a short time. And it seems like even Apple, every tablet manufacturer has kind of, you know, missed the boat. These are just stills. I'm pretty sure they have a video here, which is what I want to show you guys. Could have sworn I saw it, but I'm not seeing it now. But it just far and away will, you know, change the way that you look at tablets and what you expect out of your tablet computing experience. I mean, I've always expected you know, a great web browsing experience, great screen. Cameras have always been, you know, a novelty, but they've stepped that up. But now to have this gaming capability, it just it's getting closer to being a computer. What else can I tell you guys? And I mean, even you see titles like Grand Theft Auto 3 on here. They're all $4.99. They're all, you know, reasonable. Again, Tegra Zone very small right now, but it's only a matter of time before, you know, this is really fleshed out. Of course, they've also got the 7-inch transformer coming out. It's not branded as a transformer, but with a Tegra 3 priced at $249. So it can be really tough for competition to beat a product like that. Another one, unfortunately, I missed, wasn't able to show you guys from CES, but hopefully I will get an evaluation unit to show you guys, because if I can even imagine, you know, the power of the Tegra 3 being put into a 7-inch form factor at such a low price, I know I want one already without question, because as I mentioned, I really see Tegra 3 and tablets being the real news when it comes to ultrabooks, portability, and great battery life, with an even more capable graphic system than what's offered on most of those $1,000 and up ultrabooks that we'll be seeing through the course of 2012. Granted, you won't be able to run Windows on one of these devices just yet, but as we know, Microsoft has been working on Windows 8, as I covered at CES, for ARM64 architecture, such as the Tegra 3. So don't be shocked when these tablets are getting modified and we're seeing Windows 8 running on these machines. I would not be surprised at all if the developer community takes that natural step. So really like the Transformer Prime. Can tell you guys without question, best tablet to date in just about every arena, and really expect great things from the 1080p transformer, the 700 model that'll be coming out later this year, as well as the 7-inch model, all based around NVIDIA's Tegra 3 platform, which, much like the Tegra 2, is setting the standard for the industry. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And of course, as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.